What you're about to learn could make a big difference in your life. How much do you think you know about the lives of girls? And how things work in the real world and when? By the time you're done watching this video, you'll have the beginnings of a set of beliefs that can help you be more successful in whatever you do in life. Today, society has many things that make the average person live longer. But these systems didn't exist a few thousand years ago. There were no cars or houses to hide it, and nature was free to do what it does best, let only the strongest survive. For instance, if a man ate too much, he would probably be overweight. Lions attack and eat some of them, but not others. There are other bigger predators in the world today. We have systems that make it possible for even the weakest people to stay alive, but there is no other way. Avoiding nature because they are programmed to do so. Simply put, from the time they are born until they are adults, both boys and girls are programmed to look for qualities in a mate that will make them happy, so that they can stay alive. The attraction does this happens in the back of your mind. It means that neither you nor I nor anyone else can tell you for sure what we're doing. Attracted to is an urge, like hunger or thirst, that just happens without you being able to stop it. Now things start to get interesting. Since attraction is an urge that we can't stop, I can't stop it. It is very easy to do, but before a man or woman can, it was appealing right away. Another important evolutionary secret that must be known is that, from an evolutionary point of view, men are attracted to looks and girls are attracted to behavior, or, to push the pre-programmed buttons all women have. What a guy needs to do is change his behavior in a few simple ways. Because of things like the halo effect, guys are already fighting an uphill battle, so when they break all the evolutionary rules for attraction to it, it makes it even harder for them to get a girl. It turns into a competition that is almost impossible to win, but these men, and all men, for that matter, can give matter an edge by changing themselves and make things fair, not just when it comes to competing for mates. The main trait that will set most people's evolutionarily default settings is confidence, but most people don't understand what that means. To put it simply, confidence is the ability to act as if you're sure of yourself when you're not. The eyes and uncertainty of almost every girl walking down the street is a man who is strong, brave, and optimistic. The most important thing to remember is that, in my opinion, a confident person is someone who seems sure of themselves. It all depends on how a man acts. If people think he's sure of himself, you've probably known him since high school. I've seen a lot of guys who aren't very good at anything, but for some reason, many different kinds of girls find them attractive. They seem sure that it's just like a poker hand. You don't know if the other player's hands are better than yours, but if he can make you believe that they are. If he thinks he can beat you, that gives him an edge. There's a good chance that you can beat me. No matter how much we want to believe it, the same is true in real life, and as we've seen often, the person who is the loudest and most annoying wins, not the person who has the skills to back up what they say. You just have to act like you're sure of yourself. And being sure of yourself seems to be the most important part of being sure, even if you're scared on the inside. Too often, you make plans but have no idea what you're going to do, especially for guys who are in a couple. Start letting yourself be heard. Uncertainty has always been a female trait, so girls find it very attractive. When men talk, I don't know what to think about anything they say. Your body language, such as your facial expressions, the way you speak, and the words you use. Confidence is used here as a catch-all term, and it stands for two things. I had to look sure when I was facing uncertainty. Now, here's the second part of confidence as a form of dominance. Guys are looked at in terms of how they evolved, and girls are thought to be weak and submissive, but a person's level of dominance can only be judged by how they treat other people. And he seems the surest of himself, view of himself around other people. If you want to be the most powerful guy, you should be interested in most girls all the time. Then all you must do is be dominant all the time, but you really need to be dominant around the girl you're dating or in a relationship with. In nature, girls are supposed to be submissive, while guys are supposed to be dominant. So, girls subconsciously think that dominant guys are attractive, and guys think that they are subconsciously more interested in submissive girls. Imagine a girl wearing a small, thin-looking necklace around her neck as an example of this. The necklace is now pulling closer to her neck. It is meant to be weak and thin looking at the necklaces, which are all signs of submission. For men, it is bigger, thicker, and heavier, and it fits around their necks much more loosely than the polar bear. Everything we wear, from clothes to jewelry to the cars we drive, is made by people. Are made to look either masculine or feminine. You'll want to laugh when you see a big, strong-looking man who drives a Prius or a Volkswagen. Here's another good example of why you should. Do you think girls take selfies all the time while holding the camera high up? They do this because it makes them feel good. I need to find out what makes them tick. They look small and submissive in the picture, which pushes that button in our minds that makes us want to be with girls who look weak and submissive, even though real girls don't act this way. They do things without even thinking about them. The same is true if it feels right. For guys who take 10 pictures and pick the one that makes them look nice, it's fine. If you asked me, I'd say I'm the toughest or most manly. Why do we want to look stronger? We might not tell you, but we do it. To look more attractive to women every day. A man is built to be confident, curious, and in charge from the moment he is born. We look like a big pile of every car. Everything you need to put together a Ferrari. The part we need to make the Ferrari into the incredible machine is right there. But for many of us who were born during the vinyl era, we lose our big V12 engine and get a small 4-cylinder engine years after we were born. A strong exhaust is changed for another one. For a model that sounds weak and tight. Someone walks off with our manual transmission, which is then replaced by an automatic. We become who we are because of where our parents live and what they do after we are born. For who we are now, and for many other guys, all of their Ferrari parts have been replaced with a body that works like a scooter, which most girls like. From an aesthetic point of view, it doesn't look good. Perspective on evolution: is this all true? This means that the I'm sorry part of you will always be there. The important thing is that I'm getting rid of the Prius to rediscover. From an evolutionary point of view, girls are more likely to be attracted to guys who seem strong, confident, and masculine. And to keep things simple, that's all you really need to do to get most girls to like you. I can give you confidence and control, but here's the key to success in everything and the way to get the real confidence you need to find your inner Ferrari: progress. If you ask 10 men who seem to be experts at getting girls to like them, their secret is that you probably wouldn't get the same answer 10 times. Some might say it's about money. Some people will say it's their ripped six-pack abs, and there will be others tell you it's their Lamborghini or that they live in a huge mansion. Some might even say it's because they're funny. What they didn't expect was that every answer is right. This is why, as men, we get more confident as we get better at something. Your help is what we need right now. Your biggest worry might be that you don't have enough money or enough money for someone else. It could be that this guy doesn't have six-pack abs or the fact that he's too big and doesn't fit any of these 10 guys. During this time, I felt like I was missing something. They thought they couldn't do well with most things, but especially with girls. Until they had whatever they needed and they were no longer hard to get. Insecurity was replaced by confidence. This is why all 10 right answers, so the answer, are all the same. Any guy can gain his trust by taking small steps toward fixing the problem. This is a good thing. What gives you the confidence that shows up in every part of your life? This is what makes you successful, not just in but in everything. So, the best way to keep your confidence is to do something about your insecurities and make progress toward getting rid of them. Of course, money and a six-pack will make you a little bit more attractive. But at its core, it is the confidence that comes from making progress and getting better. That will be the deciding factor. Difference. Now it's time to trade. You can trade in your Prius for a Ferrari. We're born with, so with this in mind, thanks for watching, and see you next time.